Hello. Okay, so today I got some sad news. I'm not going to talk about it, but I got some sad news today. And so my day was kind of like a blah after that. And so I cheered myself up a couple of ways. Sorry. So I cheered myself up a couple of ways. First of all, we had made homemade chili, and I had vegetable version because I didn't want the beef version because I'm trying not to give myself any cosmic karma by eating dead animals. So I did not eat any dead animals. Then that was like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then later in the day, like around 6-ish, 7-ish, I think, I ate a toasted avocado tomato sandwich. And I bought some vegan cheese and I had melted it inside the sandwich. It was so good, you guys. So good. It's like heaven. Then, my friend Casey shared a clip from one of the movies that I seen a couple of years ago. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. It was a while ago. And I saw this movie once. And I was like, I loved it right off the bat. Johnny didn't understand it the way I understood it. And at the time, I only understood it from a philosophical and poetic, like, sorry, I have burps. I still have acid reflux, so I get burps quite often. But anyway, I understood it from a philosophical and poetic standpoint. And then I wanted to watch it again because that clip just reignited a flame that hasn't been ignited in a while. So I watched it again. And hold on. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Ay 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 ay. Anyway, so it reignited a flame to watch it again. I took melatonin, don't mind me. I'm kind of getting a little sleepy from it, so probably gonna head to bed right after I'm done this video. So I watched it again. It was an hour and a half. Gross. It was an hour and a half. And after rewatching it, I don't know, man. It's like my brain won't stop. Like, it just keeps going over and over and over again. All the things since my ascension started, everything that I learned, everything that I've experienced, everything that hasn't even been discovered yet, but is kind of like a theory out there. It's kind of like it's all making more sense. And it's all coming together. And I feel like it was purposeful. This movie was purposely made and put out there. Kind of like it could be two things. Sorry, I know I always do this, my theories, right? But just bear with me on this, okay? First theory is that the powers that be don't actually hide the truth. They put it in plain sight because they know people will not understand or acknowledge it. And if they did, they would just call that person or persons crazy and conspiracy theorists of some sort, right? 2, it was made purposeful to make the masses understand the truth about what would happen if we could access full consciousness. Like if we could tap into our full oneness, our full collective consciousness, like as a whole, it would be unfathomable of what could happen. Like the possibilities are endless. You have to think of it this way. They're saying that ancient Egyptians dragged 4-ton slabs of whatever it was, I don't know, stone from quarries miles and miles away, dragged them in the heat of the desert and stacked them on top of each other more than 100 feet tall, like high. Impossible. We can't even lift one with a crane. Like the heaviest stone used in the pyramid, we can't even lift with a crane. So how did they do it? My theory? Well, it's not really a theory. It's actually possible. But we'll say it's a theory because people out there are stupid. They're just ignorant, I should say, not stupid. They're ignorant. They're not knowledgeable. So I will retract my stupid statement. Sorry. You're ignorant, most of you. You are unknowledgeable on the fact that the ancients, back in the great old days, understood things that we did not, knew things that we do not, because we have been programmed to forget all of it. We have been programmed into a certain way of living and thinking and being that is no longer the way that we were thinking and living and being in the ancient times. They moved those stones with their heads, their mind. They moved them with their thought, their vibration. Because when you get to the level of consciousness that Lucy had in the movie, you can deform or reform, makes no difference. Matter is matter. And when you tap into the vibrational frequency of one piece of matter, you can change it and alter it any way you want to. Once you get to the level of consciousness where you can heal yourself with vibration, like I technically did, I didn't heal like any of my like physical ailments. I healed my mental ailments. I healed them through vibrational balance. I vibrated at a higher frequency through meditation and chakra work, and I cured my mental illness of panic attacks and anxiety. I was so scared of solid foods that I didn't eat for 15 months. And then when I was told I could eat, I knew it was all up here. That's when I figured it out. So I knew that the only way to get it out was to unlock it. And so I went on a journey to unlock my brain so that I could set myself free, because I was stuck in a cage in my head. I was stuck in this big black cage. And I opened it. My higher self opened it. This big, beautiful, bright light being held out her hand and helped me out of that cage. Now imagine if I go higher than just that. I thought that that was amazing. What if I went higher in my frequency and vibration and consciousness, and then healed any part of my body that was breaking down, cellularly, molecularly, nucleus of a cellularly, like this is the kinds of things that are possible when you get to the level of understanding the whole thing. Everything makes sense. That movie is so profound in the fact that we could literally know all of the things that she knew, and all we have to do is unlock it within ourselves. Like water, for instance. They've done studies. They know that water holds data from when it was formed on this planet. It has memory. And the memory goes way back to the beginning of when it was here, when it came to Earth. So if that's true, then same with every single cell and DNA in us. We could do the same thing. All that junk DNA, what if it's memory? Like water. What if it's data? What if it's memory, data, and a whole bunch of other things that we can't even fathom because we haven't thought them up yet? What if it's all of those things? And all we have to do is unlock them. And how do you unlock them? Vibration. That's how you unlock them. If you vibrate to a certain frequency, they've done tests on sand too, it makes certain geometric shapes with sand and water on vibrational plates. Okay? So if you tune it to different frequencies, it makes different beautiful symmetric shapes. Symmetrical. It's amazing. So if you could do that, and they've even tested sound vibrations and moving objects. They can move objects with sound vibration. So if we could do that with vibrations, move actual objects, like big objects with vibrations, then we've already understood all the things that the ancients understood and how they moved those big slabs of rock or stone to build their temples, their pyramids, and all of that. It's possible.
I'll share some with you if you go up there.
So all I'm saying is, we don't even understand. Logan. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is, we don't even understand anything yet as a species. Like, we think we understand certain things. I don't think we fully understand. And that is because we are limited by two factors: funding and ideology. We're hindering ourselves. We're not open-minded enough to expand our visionary vision to conceive what nobody will be able, like, most of the scientists aren't conceiving these ideas because they're, how shall I say it, infertile on the matter, meaning you can't penetrate their ideology with fact or discovery because they don't want to move outside of their comfort bubble. So they're impenetrable, impregnable. They will not. They're barren. Okay? They're barren. They will not allow you to conceive anything, basically. So but there's people out there that do have a very vast mind and are actually doing the research and pushing the boundaries and pushing the discoveries and fathoming and conceiving lots of things because they're so fertile and they're very penetrable. And these people are all on Gaia, of all things. Like, it had to be like a random, thing to happen. But I'm so glad Gaia's around, because seriously, without everything that David Wilcock has done for his 20 years, and other people on there as well. Like they've spent their whole lives discovering and researching and doing these things so that they could bring this information to people. And then they're called quack scientists because it's not peer reviewed. Because if it was peer reviewed, they'd chop out 90% of the findings and say, listen, it doesn't go along with any of the models that are accepted. And that is because of ideology and funding. Honestly, if we could just eliminate those two things, like for serious, just, get rid of them and just go with the information and just follow it blindly, just keep going. Don't make up your mind halfway through and be like, okay, so this is it. No, there's so much more. Like it's endless. It's an infinite amount of endless. And that's exactly what the universe is. Infinite amount of endlessness. Right? As far as we know, the universe is expanding and expanding and expanding. And as far as we know, same with our solar system, currently we're moving through space so fast. So we're expanding. Same with our galaxy. It's moving through the universe tremendous speeds. Now, as far as we know, it's moving away from the first point where the Big Bang happened. So we're flying far away from source, right? And we could understand so much more if we could just eliminate the small-mindedness of this whole programmed matrix illusion. I just wish that we could just open that up, stop being so ignorant. Like, we're all ignorant. I'm ignorant too. Like, I'm learning new things every day. I'm discovering new things every day. I'm constantly expanding myself, though. That's the difference. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to conceive new ideas, new things. And I don't ever hold myself to one thing because I'm allowing myself to be open to other things. I follow the information. I follow it. Follow the evidence, follow the information, and I don't just settle for what's comfortable. Now, nobody knows this about me because I'm so spacey, but I'm actually scared of outer space. I don't know why. I really don't. But I had this app called Google Earth. And when you put your, like a location in it, it'll just like zoom down into Earth, and it's just like so scary to me. It just makes me like, I don't know. Even with Ascension, I'm still that way. But I am opening myself up to the possibility that if I astral project, I'll be safe enough to travel the universe and whatnot, wherever I want to go. Learn whatever I want to learn in astral projection. So, that being said, even though I'm ignorant and I'm scared of outer space, I'm willing to learn. I'm just hoping that there's others out there like that are willing to learn and not be stuck in their ignorant, programmed existence that's been a prison for all their life. Literally, I feel like it's really sad that I think like that, but I kind of come to the realization that society and cities and all this reality that we think is a reality, 9 to 5, day in, day out, working to survive and live, putting kids into school. I feel like cities and society is a prison. And I think police are the prison guards. And I think that city halls and government are the warden. And I think also that school systems are like juvenile detention centers to program people for the big time in actual jail, which is life, basically. This endless cycle of perpetuated depression and pain. Like, unless you're really wealthy, you have like basically no happiness. People have to make up a happy hobbies, and they only get like what, an hour or two every day after work for their hobbies. I feel like it's wasted time, you know? It's all this time we have here, and we think that it's like not that much because we have to work and pay bills and pay rent and move once in a while and do all these things, adult basically, right? And then I'm thinking to myself that it's all wasted time. Like, we waste time doing these things when we could be doing so much more, you know? Like, I think that we would be happier just doing all the things that we would like to do. Artists doing art all day. You know, some artists are starving artists, so they have to work at McDonald's while they do part-time artwork. Or hair salonists who can't afford to go to cosmetology school, so they're working at A&W. Or herbalists like myself, and gardeners like myself, or farmers who can't afford to have a farm, or can't afford to go to school for ancient medicines and get your holistic certification, or gardeners can't like garden in the city too much. At least you have to follow certain bylaws. So all I'm saying is there's so many things that we're missing out on. There's so many things that we haven't discovered. There's so many things that we don't understand, and it's because we are self-limiting like we're self-limiting. Literally, it's like being diagnosed with something like a broken leg. I'll do a minimum one, like a minimal impact one, so I don't get hate mail. But so you get diagnosed with a broken leg. So you spend the 6 to 8 weeks that you're supposed to be resting, thinking you'll never walk again. And don't say you haven't. Nobody's been there, because seriously, when you're a kid and you have lost your leg because of a broken leg, 8 weeks is like freaking forever, like a year and a half. It feels like, seriously. I had a broken leg, so I should know. So 8 weeks is like forever in your head, and you're like, I'm never gonna walk again, so what's the point? And you just break down and just don't even try. You just use the wheelchair. But then there's the small percentage that's like, I'm gonna walk again before the 8 weeks is up. Screw those doctors. And they discover themselves. They discover that they can self-heal. They discover that they can mend their leg gently by doing small physiotherapy. They learn that actual movement and getting up out of your chair, your wheelchair, and trying to like move around and getting circulation flowing through your leg is much better than not doing that. And those people walk within 6 weeks, not 8 weeks. That was your girl right here. Yeah. So all I'm saying is we are self-limiting. We're limiting ourselves because we don't see further than the box that we're stuck in. Well, I'm saying rip open that damn box and walk out of it. It's all you got to do. My box has been open forever. Actually, I don't even think it's a box anymore. I think I've left the box and I'm out. I'm out of the box. I'm somewhere in a different kind of geometric shape. I'm out of the box. I'm just wondering who's going to join me outside the box. Pretty sure if you walk out of your box, you're going to see me because I'm just standing there, walking around, discovering new things, seeing new things. Check out that movie, Lucy. Blow your damn mind. Make you really happy that you did watch it. Alright, I gotta go. I need to sleep. Melatonin's kicked in and I said all the things I wanted to say that was stuck in my head that I need to get out so I could finally sleep. So I love you all. And even if I don't know you yet, I still love you. And I may have used a word that's derogatory. I hope you forgive me and take the second word instead because it's a lot nicer word. Less of an insult, and I didn't mean that to be offensive or insulting. Just the first thought that came to my head, and sometimes I don't have a filter, especially when I'm very tired. No filter, just whatever's in my head will come out. As you can currently see what's going on, just constantly just float. Okay, so love y'all. I really do. Even if I don't know you yet, I love you. The people that I do know, I do love. Even the ones that hate me and comment horrible things to me. I know you all have a soul. And I know that your soul is happy and content and will join Source again once your flesh body lets go and ascends. It's going to happen one way or another. You're going to ascend, so whatever. Say what you will now. You can't fight it forever. I couldn't. And I'm a very stubborn person. But I love you all. Victory to light. I'll be back tomorrow. Talk more because I'll probably have way more to say after a night's sleep and a crazy dream that I'm probably going to have tonight, which I'm excited about. I can't wait to see what I'm going to dream about. I'm always inviting new information at night before I go to sleep so that any spirit guides or guides of any kind come and give me messages in my sleep. So we'll see what happens. Good night, sleep tight. See you in the morning light. I love you, Logan. Good night, sleep tight. See you in the morning light, Sarah Bear. I love you. Your turn, Chubby. Love y'all. Victory to light. Namaste.